Welcome back. Episode 14 of Rumors from the Korner. It's been a minute. Today's Monday, August 19th. We're back. What's up, Jimbo?
I am happy to be back.
I know, it's been a minute.
I'll tell you what, man, this summer has just flown by. I mean, crazy. Did a lot of traveling this summer, which was fun. How's your summer been? Was it good?
It's been good. Great summer. Got to spend a lot of time with the family. Got to go up to Saratoga with you, and it's been fun. School's back at it, and
School's back in town.
College football will be here this weekend.
This weekend we got high school football. This weekend
It's going to be
Friday
good.
night lights, baby.
A little horse racing, a little summer derby this
Travers,
weekend.
what?
It's going to be a good show.
Come on.
Talk a little U of L, U of K. Maybe give them a betting lock on a little over-under.
I got a little something for them.
Okay.
I got a little something for them,
Okay.
Heck yeah. I've been doing my research.
What about the Olympics?
Man, I tell you what, they got the best ratings I think they've ever gotten. Is that not correct?
It was. I usually am not a big Olympics guy, but I actually tuned in a little bit more. I don't know if it's because of the age that we are now, but I watched a little. Usually I'm.
Are you saying the Olympics are only for older people?
No, I'm. 4 years ago I was running around. I didn't have a lot of time to watch it, but I got to watch some, and it was fun.
It was good.
Exciting.
The only thing that I hate about, like, especially they were over in France, so the time difference was like 6 hours. So a lot of the times, when we're sitting around at 8:00 in the evening, what they're showing on TV's already been shown.
Yeah.
However, I did like the fact how, like, Peacock had, hell around lunchtime, you're watching the primetime stuff, which was pretty cool, but it kind of sucks for somebody who's on the line. They got to probably listen to it in their headphones or something.
I thought all the networks did a great job. NBC, Peacock. I'm not usually a Peacock guy. USA Network.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did a great job. I thought Paris did a good job.
The only thing, yeah, I do too. The only few takeaways that I had maybe negatively would be Dwayne Wade does not need to be calling professional basketball because, in my opinion, that was awful. Okay? The Eagle kid was great.
Yeah.
Ian Eagle's son.
He's young too.
Oh, amazing. He was awesome.
Mid-20s.
Yes. He did a fantastic job. I mean, that was awesome. What else? I don't think some of the events, breakdancing, I'm glad to see that will no longer be an Olympic event. I thought that was terrible. I mean, it was kind of comical. I mean, especially if you got in your right frame of mind before you watch the Aussie get out there and do that. But both held the track and field. We dominated track and field, which was great. And then the basketball. I mean, both the women's and the men's. I mean, you couldn't have asked for better finals in either games. Especially with the results.
Yes, for sure. Tell you what, that basketball, man. We better be ready in LA because I think these teams are only going to be getting better and better. We squeaked a couple out.
And that happens. I mean, but it's like, we've talked in the past, when they had the greatest Olympic team of all time, the Dream Team, when they were playing that back in the early 90s, there was only 8 other NBA players at the time. Now there's like 80-something, isn't that correct? So I mean,
it's different.
Yeah, way different. And they're used to playing that style of basketball too, that's where the Americans are now just kind of going toward that style. It's fun regardless.
I tell you what, I like watching Snoop.
Huh.
Guy gets paid $500,000 a day to just go to all these events, and
they were paying him
$500,000 a day.
You're shitting.
No. So, but he was.
So
fun,
you're telling me,
yeah,
they were paying him $500,000 a day just to go to these events. I mean, obviously, I know it was a big deal for a lot of the athletes and stuff to see Snoop. That's cool as shit. Good Lord, $500,000 a day to put on a polo outfit? I mean, come on, I would do that for free.
Snoop's he's come a long way. Oh. 30 years ago, he was in a courtroom.
He was on Murder's Row.
Yeah. And now he's like the golden child of USA.
And he's baking pies with Martha Stewart.
Yeah, He's got it made.
Oh, it's unreal.
Did a good job.
Snoop, my man.
Olympics are over. LA in 28.
I'm going.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm all right. I know I'm going.
Yeah.
I may not go to a lot of the events, but I'm going to. I'm damn sure going to a golf event. I want to go to one track and field event, and I want to go to at least one basketball game. That is, here's my thing. The next Olympics, I'll be a little over 50. We don't know next time they're coming back to the U.S. I don't know.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? I certainly am not going to go outside of the U.S. to go to the Olympics unless somebody in my family's participating.
Sure.
So, might be my last chance. I'm going to go for it.
Probably right. Save your money.
Hopefully we'll have so many damn followers out there. We'll be out there in the red, white, and blue.
We might be media.
You never know. We can dream. We can dream.
All right, let's turn the page. This Friday night starts a little high school football.
Hitting, baby. I'm ready.
It's a different year, new year. Seems like
new year, but it seems like the same old big dogs at the top.
I agree.
Early.
I agree.
I will tell you, there's some programs who have been on the rise the past couple years. People need to keep their eyes out for. Obviously, Bullet East is they won the state championship.
Right.
Keep your eye out for Ballard. I mean, I don't know if the past couple years they've been really tough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they've been on my list. They're on my list too. They do have a new coach, but hell, they made the Final Four last year, lost in the semis.
Yeah.
Their whole line's coming back. Playmakers are coming back. They don't have a lot of depth at running back, but Ballard, they'll give Trinity all they want. Sure, I don't know when they play, but hopefully for Ballard it's later on, or it's early in the season, because I know Trinity's pretty young too.
Yeah, Trinity is young. They got a bunch of sophomores that's going to get a lot of playing time this year. I think preseason they're rated number 1 this year. They've got Bro Dog's corrected me saying 2. I just got this information off the Courier Journal's website about 10 hours ago when they wrote it. I've got Trinity number 1.
Well, until somebody beats them, you got to put them number 1.
They've got Mail 2.
I'm a little down on Mail this year.
Not only that, but they've got the athletes. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
They need a quarterback. Apparently, they've got this kid that's going to
Harris.
He's signed with U of L, play defense, but they're lacking at quarterback so bad they're going to try him there at quarterback. I know my good buddy Josh Kinzel. They're going to have his son in there. He's a sophomore. Tyson. He'll be back there. He's more of a scrambling type guy. He's not going to be throwing it very long, but I think Mail will do as well as Mail does as far as the quarterback play goes.
They're going to put the ball in their player's best hands and let him do what he does, and he's a hell of an athlete.
Absolutely. Third, I think, is according to my list, St. X.
Yeah, it should be. St. X is going to be a little interesting. I think they're young. They don't have their line. I think they lost a lot in graduation. I know they lost their top 7 out of 9 tacklers from last year on defense. And they don't really. I guess Mason Trimble's going to start at quarterback. They got Adrian. He's a junior.
He's a junior.
He's a junior, and they got the Adriel.
They got the wide receiver, right? The one he's got offers from UK, U of L,
Marlon
all the
Harbin.
big school. Yeah, he's a big time player.
He's that's another guy. You got to get the ball in his hands. He's quite a weapon. But we'll see.
Defense should be solid. Where they got Big Ben in the middle, anchoring down the big junior linebacker there, anchoring down.
They
the
got
center
Karsten
there.
Bush, who's another junior linebacker who's getting a lot of
attention.
A lot of attention. So should be an interesting season. I know St. X starts off with Floyd Central this week. Who's Trinity got?
Trinity's got Bryan Station on the road. Bryan Station is preseason, 6th. It'll be a tough test. I mean, Trinity scrimmaged Springfield out of Ohio a couple weekends ago. and did decent. But Zane, the quarterback who had a really good season last year as a freshman, he was kind of wishy-washy as far as some of his decision making. So that could be an issue, perhaps. A young kid like that with a powerful arm, sometimes they think they could slot that ball into anywhere, and these kids get a little bit older, a little bit faster. So we're going to keep an eye out on that on Friday. But I think Trinity should win that game. I would probably say the Rocks by 10 minimum. 10 minimum. But it'll definitely be a good test to start the year.
Trinity's got a lot of youngsters.
They do.
Like starting, like a bunch of sophomores so they're going to play.
Yeah, I mean, that freshman class that came in last year, they were real high on them. So
we're going to continue to talk high school football all season. So give us a listen, and we'll try to keep you as informed as we possibly can.
They say that Bowling Green has got a team this year.
Yep.
And their wide receiver, their quarterback is really good. Somebody to be reckoned with. As a matter of fact, I think they scrimmaged Mail last week and got them pretty good. But these scrimmages,
sure,
you don't know who the hell's playing and who's not.
Sure.
Whatever. But it kind of gives you a little bit of an idea. Frederick Douglass in the 6A is going to be another one to keep our eyes out on. They've got had a transfer just come in. If you're a UK fan, you're happy about this, but transfer just came in. He's committed to UK. He's a 4-star. He was out of Ohio, one of the top edge rushers. That'll be fun to watch. Trinity and Frederick Douglass match up in 2 weeks. So Trinity's first 2 games will be on the road in Lexington, and that'll be. I'll tell you what. As excited as I am this week, I cannot wait for about 3 weeks from now when South Carolina comes rolling into town. Oh, my goodness.
You all got a little payback on them, don't you? Need to?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, well, let's talk about U of L and UK for a second here. I know U of L, they have had a couple injuries. Their wide receiver, Colin Lacey, is going to be out 6 to 8 weeks.
More 8 weeks is what I'm hearing.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, and I know they open up next Saturday against Austin Peay. So hopefully Lacey can come back in time. We start getting in the ACC action, middle of ACC action.
What Louisville's over under this year for total wins is what, 8.5?
I think so.
What's your predictions? What do you see them going this year, Clay?
I did this last night, going game by game. I got U of L going 8-4 this year. Losses to Notre Dame, Miami, Clemson, and you got to put UK on there until we beat them. I don't know it's really changed.
That just makes my heart.
I'm a real.
Yeah.
I'm real. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you this is the year because it's been 6 years.
Well, now. And I'm a realist too, and I've got U of L going 9-3 this year.
Wow.
The only difference is I've got them beating Miami. I think they'll win that game, and I've got them losing obviously to Notre Dame, Clemson, and Kentucky. 9-3. I think that's very that could happen as long as the injury bug don't hit them or anything else like that. But Brahms got it rolling right now. I don't think 9-3, if that is what it ended up being, would be.
I'd take 9-3 right now.
You would take it, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yes. For sure.
Did you look at UK's schedule?
I did. UK's got a pretty tough schedule this year.
Their over/under wins were 6.5 this year.
I bust their balls with MAC champions and all that. But it's no joke this year. I got UK going 7-5 this year with losses to Georgia, Ole Miss, Auburn, Tennessee, and Texas. Even though I think they could beat Texas. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but go ahead.
Absolutely, especially where that game sits. Kentucky's going to be as good as our quarterback play is this year. If Vandergrift's as good as advertised, Kentucky will go 9-3 this year. We
Wow.
will lose to Georgia. We will lose on the road at Tennessee, and we'll lose on the road at Texas. But, like you said, if things are really rolling, and that Texas game's late in the season, but if we're really rolling, I could see us going 10-2 this year, beating Texas.
I don't think there's any way you go 10-2. I love you to death, but there's no way.
Well,
There's no way.
I mean, I could break it. I mean, we can be okay. So you've got us losing to Georgia. Okay, we'll lose to Georgia.
I mean, I didn't even put in there like
You don't think
South
we could
Carolina is going to be.
You don't think we could beat Ole Miss on the road at noon? It's a noon game.
No,
We damn near had them beat 2 years ago down there. That's when Will Levis broke his foot during the game.
we damn near beat Clemson twice down
Well,
there.
I'm just saying. I think, as a matter of fact, this brings me to my next point.
Okay.
Ole Miss, I'm giving this to you guys. Over under. Okay.
Okay.
Over under wins this year. Ole Miss is 9.5.
So, out of 12 games, they have to go 10-2 to win. So,
Yes. No. They're not going to win 10 games. They are not going to win 10 games.
I even got one better than that one.
Who do you got?
Texas over unders 10.5.
Oh,
10.5. It's 10.5 minus 180. But this is a team that almost loses to Kansas State. I mean, they're in the SEC now. There are no Kansas. Well, there's one, Vandy, but there's
actually, Kansas is good this year. But I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
They're not going to be able to win 58 to 48 every week like they have been doing the last 3 years. They're in the SEC now, and there is no way they're going to go 11-1.
In the first year in the SEC.
Plus, they got to go at Michigan.
Right.
Now, Michigan's not last year's Michigan, but
You got
you got to go. You got to go to
on the
Michigan,
road.
and Michigan does not lose at home to anybody.
No. I'm with
So
you.
I'm a big under 10.5 on Texas and get it before it
and I'm
goes
a big
down.
under 9.5 on Ole Miss. I think they're overrated this year. I think they're going to win probably 8 games.
Well, I mean, Texas has got to play at Michigan, at Oklahoma, Georgia, at Arkansas, and by that point, Petrino will be the head coach at Arkansas. And you know how he is. He'll try to stick it to Texas. And that's just the 4 I'm thinking of. They still have to play Mississippi State, a couple other teams, but they're not going 11-1 first year in the SEC. There's no way.
And if you
Take
do
the under. Thank me later. Buy me a beer at the corner.
If you're one of the ones that want that Kentucky Ole Miss game, that'll be a huge swing game if you play Kentucky over wins and you play Ole Miss under wins. Because I guarantee you, if Kentucky beats Ole Miss, they're definitely going under.
All right. Let's talk a little horse racing.
Oh,
We got the Summer Derby this weekend.
Summer Derby.
See my shirt. I don't wear this all the time, but if we're talking about the Travers, I had to bring it out.
oh, I'm glad you did. You always look good in red.
I appreciate that. We got 8 horses in this race?
Can't see what I got on, can you?
Not really.
Yeah, 8 of them in this race.
I mean, this is a huge race.
Man, you got 3. What do you got? 3 or 4 Grade 1 winners in there.
Yes, you've got. I mean, the top female. She's going to be in there.
Oh, and I am so ecstatic Kenny decided to run her in this race. Thank you so much.
She's going to take a lot of money. A lot of money.
A lot of female money.
I think you're right, but she's going to take a lot of money. I mean, I got to go with Dornock. I like Dornock. Size and Gargan, they've been kicking ass.
They have.
And
we were there when they won the Belmont.
Yep. I'm thinking that. I mean, he wins this race. He's a top 3-year-old.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, if he were to win this, he would definitely, I would say, be the 3-year-old. Favorite. Definitely going into the Breeders' Cup Classic.
there's a lot of angles you take here. You got Sierra Leone who loves he gets second-itis, second or third about every race now. I mean,
I'm thinking Sierra gets over the cliff here. I'm thinking we're going to have a little bit faster pace up front, where maybe he can mow him down, maybe not stay too far back, a little bit closer. I'm looking for Sierra Leone to nip him at the wire this time.
Wow.
My top picks in this.
You're going to get probably 4 or 5 to 1.
I hope so. Unless our man, our man might put a little love on it. But Sierra Leone, door knock. I think the filly runs third. Fierceness never tends to run 2 good races back to back. So I'm looking, those are my top 4. And I really like Sierra Leone, door knock, exacta box. I think it's going to be like it was in the Belmont, just flip flop.
I got door knock and fierceness, then torpedo Anna.
So you got the filly running third as well.
I do. I look out for Anna Marie though, because he's been off a while, and I don't think Whit Beckman's going to just take him up there and put him in the biggest race of the summer, because there's so many other races that he could have put him in, and maybe be the favorite.
Sure, and I mean, they always, the old additive, Saratoga's the graveyard of favorites. I mean, I've seen, how many years have we seen, especially in the Travers, just a big bomb come from nowhere, But the one thing is, I like the fact that Dornox ran up there, already this year. He likes the surface. Yep. Sierra Leone's been there this year. It's a little bit different with the Travers this year, with the Belmont being ran up there this year. You know what I'm saying? So that's always kind of, from a horseman's perspective, how are they going to take to that particular track? We already know that now, So I think that'll help.
That card just came out today too, and that card.
Isn't there like 5 grade 1s underneath?
It's amazing. If you like horse racing, this is a top 5 day of the year. The undercard it's amazing.
You think we should maybe get a hold of Dewey and get a little pick 5 or something going? You think
sure.
He'd be interested?
It's going to be bombs away that day.
Yeah, I think so. I think all the boys will be on call. College football starts on Saturday. You've got
Florida State
and Georgia Tech. They're playing over in Ireland.
Yep.
Here's one for you, peeps. Remember, I got the unbuckle. You got to remember this for this year. I've got the unbuckle, and then I've got a lean. You see me doing one of these? That means I'm leaning toward that particular team. I've got a lean this weekend. Take Georgia Tech, the Ramblin' Wreck, plus the 11. Start your season off good. Get your accounts filled up, because the following weekend it's on.
I like Georgia Tech. They at the end of the year last year, they were coming around. They had a new coach, so I'm going to stay away from unbuckling anything or leaning. But that's going to be a good game, and I can't wait to watch it.
Should be good, man. Well, I tell you what, man, it was fun to be back. Glad you're back in the saddle.
Yeah,
glad we get back together again. Bro Dog's back at it. We appreciate all your help, man, all the work you put into it. We're going to have a great season. We should be with you about once a week. It should be awesome. We're going to get some new apparel out this year. We can't forget to give our man Pat Norris a shout out.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Patrick, let me find his number on here real quick. Again, I know he loves it when we give his name out, because he gets all kind of...
Let him come out and stain your deck.
Heck yeah. That big old
Work on your cabinets.
Pat Norris, specializing in painting kitchen cabinets, interior, exterior painting, deck power washing, and staining. Give him a call at 502-528-3600. Patrick, thank you for being a partner with Rumors from the Corner. Clay, it was fun, brother.
See you all next week. Cash those tickets.
That's right, baby.